Good day. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Atari 8-bit gameplay. I've loaded up a game here called Perilous Journey. Now, this is published by AIM Software. I actually just did a video on another game by AIM Software. Unknown year, developed by Jetline Systems. That's the only credit. There is a serial number on the game. It's got a nice cassette. Actually, I don't know if it was cassette. What does it say on the box? Oh yeah, cassette. 32K cassette with a silver sticker. You can see the cassette scans and the instructions over at Atari Mania. Nice cover, nice artwork on the cassette cover. So I fired this up and the game started automatically. Now I gather from a quick glance at the instructions, or quick glance, there's not much to the instructions. Basically, you get a certain amount of fuel, which reminds me the fuel display up there was obviously done with artifacting in mind. So let's have a quick look at the, sorry, I want display settings. Let's turn on artifacting and see how this looks. Oh, hey, really nice for a change. Score 0, fuel 457. Much easier to read with the artifacting on. Press any key for a new game. Now I scanned my keyboard at length and I did not find an any key, but I think I'm just going to hit return. And here we go. Okay, so upward fires your thrusters. So this is apparently a basic game, or at least requires basic to be present. And like all of these, oh boy, lots of gravity. Like all of these sorts of games, you have to be moving at a low velocity to land successfully. Now, I'm not clear on the whole sideward thruster thing. You get more points for landing. Oh my. Press any key for a new game. Interesting. So you get more points for landing in a more difficult location. You have a maximum of 500 fuel. You can add fuel by landing on the pad. Oh boy. That is hard. Wow. What do we got here for landing pads? We've got a bunch of 2s, 4, 7, some 9s. I'm thinking that this is just the one. Oh, okay. You can't. Okay, here we go. The boy, it's going to take all the fuel just to get down to pad number 9 there. I'm going to give it a go. Oh, that's tricky. Oh, that was a good landing. That didn't look like a good landing. Okay, you can't wait too long to slow your descent or you're hooped. Okay, there we are coming back up. Okay, I guess you can have a bit of velocity on. And that added just 100 fuel. Wow. So how fast can you be moving? Let's find out. That's too fast. I'm going to compare this screen to the screenshot on Atari Mania. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. So I'm thinking this is just a static configuration for the landing pads. It looks good. You know, the graphics are nice. Easy to read and easy to understand. I don't think you're ever going to play this game for very long, though. If you can only add 100 fuel at a go, then, you can only land a couple of times. I mean, it takes a lot of your fuel just to get down to the refueling point. Oh boy, I think I'm coming in too hot again. Yep. I wasn't really watching my best score. 404. How did I get? Or does your points depend on your fuel somehow? Oh boy. Tough, tough, tough. Try one more time to set down on the fuel pad. Fueling pad. What? I don't think I was going any faster there than. I guess I must have been. I was trying to see if you could land. I don't think. Yeah, I think you can't get. I think it's not possible to build up more fuel. So the best you could Oh, come on. I think the best you could probably hope for is just a couple of landings here, which means that probably the best you can do ever would be maybe a 9. Oop, shit. I mean, darn. I mean, gumdrops. That's what I mean. Gumdrops. Probably the best you could do would be a 9 point landing and come on, damn it, a 9 point landing and maybe a 4, maybe. There we go. There's a 9 point landing right there. Not sure why you get the extra 1 point. Maybe we'll try for the. Well, actually, let's see if I can hit the fuel and then try for a 4. Because I don't think you can gain more than 100 fuel, so I'm probably not gaining anything by setting down on the landing pad. No, I'm really not. You're really not. That's kind of pointless, to be honest. You burn more fuel sitting down. So I should have gone for that highest 2 point pad there. I think I have literally. Oh, oh no. I think that is quite likely the highest score you can get in this game. You might be able to pull off a. Yeah, out of fuel. You might be able to pull off a 9 pointer and then a 4 pointer. That's probably about the only way you could do better at this game. I think I had the equivalent of a 9 pointer and then maybe a 3 pointer. I mean, there's no 3 point landing pads, but I think that's what I had pulled off there. Well, interesting. It looks nice. Controls are fine. It's unforgiving. It's too stingy with the fuel. And what that means, the consequence of the stinginess with the fuel, is that you can only ever play a short game of this, which is a shame because it's not bad. So had it had maybe another set of like another screen configuration or two to give it a bit more variety and been and less stingy with the fuel and the refueling, I mean, why? It's not an arcade game. Why do you need to have a game that's only going to last, 3 or 4 minutes in a home computer setting? It doesn't really make sense. So here we have a company that hasn't really thought through any of the gameplay elements, or a programmer that hasn't thought through any of the gameplay elements. Because there's nothing wrong with the game itself. I mean, the mechanics of the game, the landing and the controls and whatnot are perfectly fine, and it looks quite good. And the sounds are fine for a lunar lander style game. What else do you need? Thrusters and, a landing noise, I guess. Refueling noise, I suppose. Anyway, it's too bad that there wasn't just a little more thought and a little more development put into it. It's a shame because otherwise it's pretty good. So, fuel consumption at a slower rate such that if you set down with your fuel tank, you can actually gain some fuel. I mean, maybe if you really wanted to make it a little tighter, you could make it so that you had to do a pretty good landing to have a net gain in fuel. I mean, but again, why be so stingy? It's a home computer game, right? So, you know, give a player a chance to try the different landings and give them a little bit of leeway to do that. I mean, I think that 9-point pad over at the far right would be pretty challenging to set down on, given the limits of the fuel. And that's maybe the challenge where you could take from this if you had bought it back in the day. Can I land on all of the pads? That would have been maybe an interesting exercise, but that's about it, unfortunately. So yeah, once again, not bad, not bad, not great, but not bad. And I think that's about all I have to say about that. Thanks so much for watching. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.